The message blared through every screen on Earth, the text flickering, urgent and impossible to ignore. Galactic Law 473b. Every human male must please an alien woman daily. Non-compliance will result in immediate cosmic penalties. At first, the world froze. Then it erupted. Men scrambled, tripping over furniture, searching their phones for crash courses in alien seduction. Blogs crashed under the weight of traffic. The hashtags #AlienLoveGuru and #PleaseHer trended worldwide in minutes. Half the population wondered if this was a joke. The other half raided the nearest flower shop, bought out every cologne counter, and asked Google whether tentacles were considered sensitive. Jasper, a junior diplomat with a nervous tic and a face that turned crimson at the word pleasure, wiped sweat from his brow. His phone exploded with notifications, news, memes, even his mom's panic texts. Jasper! Stay away from anyone with more than 2 arms! He groaned, rolling over to see Mia's grinning face pop up on a video call. Mia, his lifelong friend and relentless teaser, couldn't resist. Congrats, Jazz! You always said your love life was out of this world. Now it's official. He gave her a weak glare. She continued, wiggling her eyebrows. So, what's your game plan? Gonna learn how to tickle a Zarglian's, feelers? He buried his face in his hands. This is a disaster. I haven't even figured out Earth women, and now I'm supposed to. He cut himself off, glancing at the onboarding video that started autoplaying on his holo tablet. Zula, the Federation's alien representative, appeared in crisp uniform, her features symmetrical and intimidating. She spoke in flawless, emotionless English. Compliance with galactic law is mandatory. All males must provide daily joy fulfillment to an alien female. No exceptions. The words hung in the air, dripping with unintended innuendo. Jasper squirmed. Mia nearly fell off her chair laughing. Joy fulfillment? She echoed. That's what they're calling it now. Jasper ignored her, too busy hyperventilating over the list of scheduled appointments that now popped up. Jasper Fenton, Joy Assignment 0800 tomorrow. Matched with Luma, Ambassador Class Zenthian. Category, Elite Satisfaction. He blanched. Elite? Mia, what does that even mean? She cackled. Guess you're starting at the top. Better practice your bedside manner. Messages poured in from every corner of the globe. Gym memberships spiked. YouTubers launched crash courses in alien pleasure techniques, with millions of views. One viral video claimed that singing show tunes to a Glorbian was a guaranteed panty dropper, if you didn't mind getting pelted with slime. Jasper watched as one desperate influencer tried serenading a floating octopus in Central Park, only to be whisked away by Federation peacekeepers for excessive enthusiasm. Still, no one could say what please actually meant. Forums speculated wildly. Some thought it was intimate. Others believed it was about hospitality, tea, a foot rub, or a joke. Jasper, stuck in the middle, watched his inbox fill with offers for joy coaching, each more ridiculous than the last. Unlock her tentacles, secrets of alien seduction, 101 ways to woo an off-worlder. And Mia's personal favorite. Universal positions, rated E for everyone. Jasper's department issued a Joy Compliance Handbook. It was a masterpiece of vagueness. When pleasing an alien woman, remember to be considerate, creative, and compliant. Use all available appendages. Mia's laughter echoed so loudly through the apartment, the neighbor's dog started barking. By nightfall, the city felt electrified. Neon signs blinked. Please responsibly. And joy or bust. Bars offered themed drinks, the Zenthian Tickle, the Nebula Nibble. Jasper's own building posted a sign. No practicing alien pleasure techniques in the elevators. He wondered, not for the first time, if he was still asleep, having a stress nightmare with way too much tentacle imagery. At dinner, his parents tried to act calm, but his mother fussed with her pearls. Maybe you should just be yourself, she offered gently. His father muttered, when I was your age, we had to impress Earth girls. Now you kids have it easy with all these tutorials. Mia sent another message. Remember, Jazz, eye contact. Lots of eye contact. And maybe don't ask if her eggs are fertilized on the first meeting. Jasper lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow, he would meet Ambassador Luma for his first joy assignment. Would he be expected to seduce, serenade, or simply survive? Every possible scenario flashed through his mind, most ending with humiliation, or worse, Earth's chocolate supply getting cut off by the Federation. He practiced pick-up lines in the mirror, none of them landing. Do you come here often? Sounded lame. Is that a nebula in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Definitely not. He tried to picture what would happen if he failed. The handbook threatened cosmic penalties, but didn't specify what those were. Jasper's imagination filled in the blanks: space jail, intergalactic shaming, or public readings of his browser history. His phone buzzed again. Another government memo. Remember, bringing joy is everyone's responsibility. United we please, divided we cease. Mia replied instantly. I'd get that on a t-shirt. Jasper just groaned. As midnight approached, Jasper made a solemn vow. Tomorrow, no matter what, he would do his duty. Even if it meant foot massages, singing opera, or learning the Zenthian word for cuddle. He set 3 alarms, checked his breath, and fell asleep to the sound of Mia's last message. Don't worry, Jazz. Just be yourself. Unless you yourself can't bring joy, then fake it till you make it. And somewhere in the vast, swirling stars above, the Galactic Federation watched, utterly oblivious to the chaos they'd unleashed with one poorly translated word. Jasper woke up with a groan and a pounding heart, wondering if he dreamed the whole galactic nightmare. His phone's chirping, joy assignment, alert crushed that hope. Stumbling into his government-issued jumpsuit, he tried to pep-talk himself. Just make her happy. How hard can it be? His reflection rolled its eyes. He arrived at the Federation Center to find a line of equally panicked men clutching flowers, joke books, and stress balls. One guy nervously juggled bananas, practicing what he called his universal icebreaker. The line moved at a crawl, each man shuffling forward as if heading to his execution, though a few looked suspiciously excited. A translator drone zipped up. Jasper Fenton, you are scheduled with Ambassador Luma, Zenthian delegate. Please remember, make her smile. The double meaning in please bounced around Jasper's head like a rogue ping-pong ball. He entered the designated room, hands clammy. Luma stood, regal, tall, shimmering blue skin, 4 elegant arms folded expectantly. Her face unreadable, her voice soft but direct. Welcome, Jasper. I understand you are here to please me. Jasper's brain short-circuited, spitting out a compliment about her. Lovely, tentacles. Luma arched an eyebrow. Tentacles? I am Zenthian. We do not possess tentacles. Do you mean my antennae? Jasper's cheeks burned. He tried to pivot, launching into a nervous one-man show, a bad joke about Martian socks, a clumsy attempt at an intergalactic dance, and, when all else failed, a wobbly serenade. He belted out the chorus, voice cracking. If you're happy and you know it, clap your appendages? Luma watched, stone-faced. Is this customary human behavior? She asked, looking faintly alarmed. He fumbled, recalling Mia's rapid-fire messages. Try a magic trick. Show her your hands. He made a quarter disappear and then promptly dropped it. Would you like a foot massage? He blurted, hoping for a miracle. Luma's gaze grew sharper. My species has no feet. Are you mocking me? Jasper stammered. No. Not at all. Just broadening my approach. Meanwhile, outside the room, the Joycam broadcast every awkward second to a live galactic audience. Mia watched from her phone, cackling and sending Jasper increasingly mischievous advice. Compliment her orbs. Her latest message read. Jasper, in his panic, squinted at Luma and attempted. Your orbs are, very radiant today. Luma glanced down at her official Federation medallions, frowning in confusion. The Joycam chat exploded with snarky alien memes. Elsewhere, humans tried their best, with wildly unpredictable results. In Paris, a hopeful poet read an original sonnet, accidentally reciting a Zenthian tongue twister about fermented elbows. His alien guest gasped, then laughed so hard she shot fizzy water out of her nostrils. In Seoul, an engineer offered a gelatinous guest a bouquet, which immediately dissolved in her ooze. The crowd applauded anyway. In New York, a would-be Casanova donned a space cowboy hat, crooning a country ballad. The alien listener filmed the whole thing, convinced it was Earth's highest ritual of respect. Zurla, meanwhile, analyzed Joy compliance data. The numbers looked grim. She summoned Jasper for a mid-mission report. Earth's joy index is plummeting. You are not pleasing the aliens adequately. Jasper's boss, a portly man with a permanent blush, misread the report entirely. Clearly, it's a stamina issue. We'll offer refreshments. Or energy drinks. Maybe chocolates. Zurla blinked unimpressed. Jasper, desperate, Googled how to please an alien. The results weren't helpful. Top search. 10 positions guaranteed to wow your Zenthian date. Followed by Joy for Dummies, when flowers aren't enough. He sighed, shoulders slumping. He returned to Luma, determined to crack the code. He tried stories, slapstick, shadow puppets. She remained expressionless, though her antennae quivered. He asked, "What brings you joy?" She answered, "Peace. Good conversation. A well-organized document." Jasper considered offering to color-code her files but worried that might come off as foreplay. Mia's messages grew ever more outrageous. Try interpretive dance. Or recite the human mating ritual, tax returns. Jasper attempted both, only confusing Luma further. You humans are spirited. But I am not sure you understand the purpose. As Jasper floundered, Luma checked her own compliance guide. Make the human feel valued. Praise his creativity. She ventured. Your efforts are unique. I have not witnessed such commitment to misunderstanding before. Jasper brightened. So am I pleasing you? She paused, then said, You are something. Meanwhile, the viral clips spread. A German teacher attempted to teach an alien how to play charades, using only body language. The alien won instantly by guessing. Lost human dignity. An Australian chef baked a pavlova, accidentally triggering his guest's allergy to meringue, who then dubbed him the risky pleasure bringer. The memes multiplied. Earth's Got Talent and Zero Chill became a trending phrase galaxy-wide. Zurla issued a final warning. Earth's joy output must improve. Penalties will be severe. Chocolate embargo. Human embarrassment broadcast to 12-star systems. Joy Day retraining. Immediate action required. Jasper, Mia, and every human with a heartbeat stared at their screens, united in dread and confusion. Back at the Federation Center, Jasper's final attempt was painfully honest. He shrugged and confessed. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying everything. I just want to get this right. Luma regarded him for a long moment. Perhaps the problem, she said, is not that you are failing to please. Perhaps it is that you do not know what joy truly means to me. He nodded, uncertain, but something in her tone offered a glimmer of hope. Mia's last message arrived, equal parts wisdom and innuendo. Just remember, it's not always about performance. Sometimes, all it takes to please someone is being there and not making it weird. But if you do make it weird, own it. As the sun set, Jasper felt the cosmic pressure mounting. He hadn't cracked the code, but he hadn't quit either. Across Earth, humans continued their mad, messy, and magnificently awkward attempts at pleasing the galaxy's most baffled women, failing spectacularly, but at least doing it with style. By morning, panic was trending as Earth teetered on the brink of galactic humiliation. The latest Federation communique was unmistakable. Joy output below minimum. Immediate corrective action required. Penalties include suspension of interstellar privileges and compulsory dance of apology on Universal Live feed. News anchors delivered the ultimatum with a straight face but trembling voices. Jasper, still sore from his attempts at joy-bringing, sat at his kitchen table, eyeing a breakfast that tasted suspiciously like defeat. Mia called, her energy bristling. "We're going to be the laughingstock of 12-star systems if we don't fix this, Jas. Either we learn how to please, or I'm learning the worm live on camera." Jasper groaned. "I can't even figure out what I'm supposed to do. If I offer another foot massage to someone without feet, I'll be banned from the Joy Center." It was then that Mia snapped her fingers, inspiration striking. "What if we just make them laugh? Forget seduction, go for comedy. Bring in the heavy hitters, comedians, magicians, that guy who can balance spoons on his face. It's time for a Joy boot camp." Jasper's look said it all, but with nothing left to lose, he agreed. The call went out. The world's jokesters, pranksters, and hopeful pleasure-bringers all assembled at Federation halls, ready to test the boundaries of cross-species humor. Jasper found himself in a rehearsal room crammed with slapstick hopefuls. One juggled flaming oranges, another performed impressions of Federation ambassadors, and a third showed off alien impressions that might have been hilarious, or maybe offensive. The Joycam beamed it all live. Aliens tuned in by the millions, eager to see whether humanity could recover from its catastrophic misunderstanding. Zula, the Federation's ever-watchful administrator, issued another data report. Laughter detected in Quadrant 7. Smiles increased by 4.7%. Earth trending upward, but further effort required. Mia, running logistics, sent Jasper to his next assignment, a stand-up routine for an Andronian diplomat known for her stone-faced skepticism. Jasper, now far from caring about dignity, opened with, "Two humans walk into a black hole, one comes out with better hair." A ripple of amusement. Then a hesitant smile. Jasper pressed on, switching to a list of the worst Earth pickup lines. Aliens giggled, Earthlings howled, the Joy Index ticked up a precious fraction. Elsewhere, a mime found surprising success with a Zenthian who admired the art of saying nothing while doing everything. In Paris, a street magician wowed a purple-skinned dignitary by producing a bouquet from a hat, though the bouquet wilted instantly in the alien's acid breath, drawing howls of laughter from the crowd. Meanwhile, Mia coached her team. "If you get nervous, just remember, alien women are just like Earth women, except for the exoskeletons and the telepathy. And the glowing eyes. But humor is universal, right?" Jasper returned to his daily Joy assignment with Ambassador Luma, uncertain but oddly hopeful. "Today," he declared, "I'm just going to listen." Luma regarded him curiously. Jasper sat, nodded, and let her talk. She described her home moon, the way sunlight refracted through nitrogen ice, her pet nebula cat's peculiar habits. As she spoke, a gentle smile spread across her lips, a genuine, warm smile. For the first time, the Joycam caught her laughter, quiet and clear. Back at the Joy boot camp, Mia's team discovered that even slapstick failures, tripping over one's own feet, mispronouncing alien names, botched magic tricks, brought joy. The aliens weren't after seduction, but honest, awkward, earnest efforts. A new meme took flight. "Earthlings please poorly, but try hardest." The Joy Index soared. Zula's final review was a mix of astonishment and exasperation. "It appears that humanity's greatest pleasure-giving technique is failing creatively." The galactic audience found themselves rooting for Earth's underdogs. A poll ran. Who is galaxy's most entertaining species? Humanity led by a landslide. Even Jasper's boss, initially convinced the solution involved stamina and chocolate, relented. He brought Jasper a mug of coffee, admitting, "Maybe the secret isn't technique. Maybe it's just showing up." Jasper grinned. "Glad you finally came around. Next thing you'll tell me is that romance isn't about roses, but about listening." The Federation's looming penalty, Earth's dance of apology, turned from threat to invitation. A celebration, not a condemnation. Aliens from every corner sent in their own videos, Andronians clapping, Zenthians waving their antennae in support, Gelarians bubbling with encouragement. Earth responded with a collective burst of creativity, dances, memes, intergalactic puns, heartfelt thank yous. Mia, ever the ringleader, organized the final event, a universal comedy show, broadcast across the stars. She opened with, "Why did the human cross the galaxy? To please someone badly, but with feeling." Jasper, now famous for his galactic flop sweat and disastrous magic tricks, took a bow. Luma watched, amused, and when asked what she thought, replied, "Humans have much to learn, but their joy is infectious." By the end of the day, the Federation's data was clear: joy levels had never been higher, not just among aliens, but on Earth as well. Embarrassment, awkwardness, and genuine laughter brought people, and planets, together. Jasper sat with Luma, basking in the quiet victory. "I guess sometimes, the best way to please someone is just to show up and try, even if you have no idea what you're doing." Luma smiled. "That, Jasper, is a universal truth." Zulaw's broadcast began with her signature galactic composure, her expression as unreadable as ever but her voice slightly softer than before. "After an exhaustive review and much data analysis, it is my conclusion that Earth's efforts to fulfill the law of daily joy have been unorthodox. Nevertheless, the intent behind the law has now been made clear to all parties." All across Earth, humans exhaled as if they'd been holding their breath for a month straight. Even the memes slowed for a moment. She continued, "The law was intended not as a challenge of physical prowess, but as a daily practice of spreading happiness. Joyful presence, kindness, laughter, these, and not any, shall we say, more intimate interpretations, are the true requirements. I hope this clarifies things." The world's collective blush was visible from orbit. Jasper's phone was already blowing up. Mia's message popped through instantly. "See? All that stress for nothing. If only they'd said smile instead of please, we could have skipped the foot massages and interpretive dances." Jasper replied, "But would we have learned anything?" Within hours, Earth was a riot of relief and celebration. The Federation lifted all threats and, in a reversal, officially declared Joy Day, an annual festival, encouraging cross-cultural performances, cosmic stand-up, and as many terrible puns as humanity could generate. Alien guests flooded comedy clubs and cafes, hoping to see Earth's infamous awkward attempts firsthand. Jasper and Mia, now minor celebrities for their roles in the Great Joy Mix-Up, were invited to co-host the inaugural Galactic Joy Show, where humans and aliens alike swapped stories of misunderstanding, humor, and heart. Jasper and Luma found themselves seated together on stage for the premiere, holo cameras trained on them. The producer whispered, "Remember, Jasper, keep it PG-13. Or at least G for Galaxy." Jasper grinned. "I make no promises." He glanced at Luma, who tilted her head with that now familiar, secret smile. Jasper took a breath, looking out at the crowd, his nerves finally settled. "If you told me a month ago that the fate of Earth would come down to making someone laugh, or, worse, watching me try to sing, I'd have said you were out of your mind. But here we are. And I have to say, I wouldn't trade this disaster for anything." Luma responded, her accent lilting. "It is a rare gift, Jasper, to bring joy by failing so spectacularly. Most species take themselves much too seriously." He shot back, "Oh, don't worry, we'll probably mess up something else by next week." Laughter swept the audience, alien and human alike. Backstage, Mia was orchestrating the meme wall, a rotating display of Earth's finest misunderstandings. "United we please, divided we cease," flashed one image of Jasper sweating buckets, while another showed a three-armed alien giggling as a human tried to juggle with only two. The phrase became a tagline, a gentle tease, and a badge of honor. As the Joy Show progressed, aliens shared their own stories of human encounters, a Glorbian ambassador describing how she was serenaded with an accordion solo and left convinced Earthlings used music as foreplay, a Zenthian diplomat recounting her first-ever dad joke. Each tale drew roars of laughter, not just for the absurdity but for the earnestness beneath it all. In the crowd, Earth's former pleasure consultants, once peddlers of dubious handbooks and snake oil, now sold out of How to Please Without Pleasing t-shirts and mugs. Stand-up comics traded sets with intergalactic poets, and the best-loved acts were always the ones that ended in glorious, honest failure. The line between humor and connection blurred, joy flowing easily for the first time. Zula closed the broadcast with an unprecedented wink. Earth, your performance has exceeded expectations, though not in any way we predicted. We look forward to many more joy days, and hopefully, fewer interpretive dances involving tentacles. As the feed cut, celebrations broke out across continents. In cafes and homes, strangers toasted to misunderstanding, to miscommunication, and to the wild ride of trying to please someone when you don't have a clue what they want. Later, Jasper, Mia, and Luma escaped the after-party for a quieter moment. Jasper confessed, "I spent weeks worrying I'd disappoint everyone, especially you, Luma. Turns out, trying too hard to impress is the only real way to fail." Luma replied, "You have impressed me, Jasper. You and your world are braver than you know. You dared to try again and again. Joy is not a science, it's a messy, beautiful risk." Mia, never one to miss a cue, leaned in and grinned. "Well, I guess we all learned that when it comes to making joy, the only thing that matters is showing up and not being afraid to look stupid. Or, as my grandma used to say, the best way to please someone is to let them see you trying." Jasper snorted. "That, and don't offer anyone a foot massage unless you've counted their feet first." As dawn lit up the city skyline, a new meme went viral, Jasper, holding a sign that read, "If you can't please them, at least make them laugh trying." The phrase circled the globe, even showing up on Zula's own mug at the Federation headquarters. Luma, returning home, sent Jasper a note. "Thanks for the joy. You're always welcome to try again, just maybe skip the dance moves next time." Earth, for once, basked in its own joyful awkwardness, knowing that the best punchline in the universe was always the one you never saw coming. And in every star system watching, the legend of humanity's wild, wonderful way of pleasing spread, a little spicy, a little sweet, and utterly unforgettable.